Okay, everyone, 6 p.m., May 20th, 2025, City of Pasadena, Texas. Council meeting is called to order. Pastor Jason Ross, there you are. You'll lead us in invocation, and Dolan Dowell's not here. I know he's stuck in traffic. He'll be here. If not, Thomas, if you'll just lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand.
Dear God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here this evening in service to our community. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we make decisions that affect the lives of our fellow citizens. Grant us clarity, patience, and unity as we work together. Help us to lead with integrity, humility, and heart for those we serve. May your peace be present in this meeting, and may all that is done here be for the good of our city and in alignment with your will. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please join me in saying the pledges to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Okie dokie. Mr. Steenbein.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone here. It's great to see a packed house here tonight. Couple of quick comments. I'd like to recognize some of our folks that have given notice of their retirements or have retired. Karen Holland from our museum, Alan Teague from our maintenance and fleet department, Donna Wright and Jerry Wright, Chief Wright, congratulations on y'all's retirements, and Ricardo Zunga, one of our utility workers. Thank y'all for your service, and we wish you the very, very best in your next endeavors. This past weekend, we had the Strawberry Festival. I don't see Marlene here this evening, but from what I understand, they had near record or record crowds this weekend. So they did a fantastic job over the weekend, and congratulations to them. And then finally, there's a gentleman in this room tonight that celebrated last Wednesday his 97th birthday. Conrad Puckett, if you'd please stand. So he said he's ready to take his hot rod out and drive it around, and if there's any young ladies, he would give them the rides first. So thank y'all and have a good evening.
Mr. Ribbon. Pat?
Is young a relative thing?
Yes. Jonathan.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Happy 97th birthday to you. Want to also echo what Councilman Shane Bye said on the retirements, congratulate them and thank them for their service to our city. Also recognize for the hard work that the Strawberry Festival continues to do. And early voting starts on Tuesday, May 27th. We have a runoff, so hopefully we encourage our community to go out and vote. Thank you. With that, I pass, Mayor.
Dolan, got anything to say?
Thank you, Mayor. I pass.
Thank you, sir. Okay, council brings us down to citizens wishing to speak. Secretary, are you ready? We're having Mr. Wayne Dosefino. You're first, sir.
Evening, folks. Not a big fan of having the camera shoot me at the back of my bald head, but I'll do my best. Mayor, I'm disappointed in you and the city. I've known you a long time. And for the last year and a half, your city has been fighting me in an investigation of Acadian ambulance. You're doing it again after the Attorney General's office told you that the records we sought were mostly public, which included response time records. The city told us last year they don't have any. If you don't, then that is sad. First of all, it's sad for these people right to know, but it's also a danger to public safety. We've busted them for falsifying response time records in 2 cities. You know that. And I told you by text, and I plan to use that text, that if you want to go to war with me, then we're going to go to war. And it's going to start with your city attorney's office and your city secretary. We've asked for records, public records from government for 50 years. I ain't no novice, Mayor. And I just told your city attorney guy there something I'm going to tell you in the council. Every request I make, I get back a response telling me my requests are too vague. When I ask for your travel records, that ain't vague. When I ask for the pay of city employees, that ain't vague. And I just told your city attorney representative that if the city keeps playing games with me and my firm, I will take this city to court, and you guys can explain to the taxpayers why you wasted all this money. In the meantime, our investigation has widened. Public corruption complaints have come in over the last several weeks. And you've changed your campaign reporting in the last few days to fix a problem you have with the designation of a campaign treasurer. In looking at your campaign records, I see hundreds of thousands of dollars to a company that's run by Chris Cortinas, Cavalier Strategies, for consulting after you won the last election. Where is that money going? What are they doing? That company does not have even an active business permit in Houston, or excuse me, in Texas right now. I've also noticed that your neighbors may have gotten contracts as part of the convention center deal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think people have a right to know that. I'm letting you folks all know this, that your election coming up, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I don't live in the city of Pasadena, but I know something, that over the years I've been able to judge candidates by those who call me back and those who don't. That guy, I'll pronounce your name, Councilman Scheinbein, hope I don't mess it up. He called me back right away, sat down for an interview today, and said, we need transparency in this government. Mr. Lindbergh, he won't call me back. He told me I'm going to call him tomorrow. We'll hold our breath to see if he talks to us. I go for transparency. I tell people to vote for the people that want to stop what is going on here. This place used to be open. It used to be an open place, Mayor, and something happened along the way for you to lose the ability to be transparent, and I'm very disappointed.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. No clap, please. Okay, next up is Dwight Puckett.
Thank you, Council. Jeff, I never attend the council meetings until I really have something to say. And Jeff, this is directed at you. My dad and I supported you your first term, big time, as you know. 3 years later, I came to you after I had talked to Lloyd Hatley, who you had appointed as the police chief. Lloyd called me and said, Dwight, I've got 3 openings. If you can get the mayor to give you one of them, I'll be glad to hire you. My dad and I came in your office, talked to you. You said, Dwight, no problem. I promise you've got the next one. Did you ever hire me? No. Did you ever call me? No. I held a grudge against Lloyd Hatley for 2 years. I met him 2 months ago at the medical center. He came, he didn't want to talk to me. He said, because you probably got things to say to me I don't want to hear. I said, you're right, Lloyd. You were a friend. He said, let me tell you. He said, it wasn't me. Jeff is the one that would not hire you. I said, why didn't you come to me and tell me? He said, I know how you are. You went to him and told him what you thought. I said, you're right. He said, yeah, and he said, then I would have got repercussion from Jeff. That's the way you operate. I've heard it from other people. I've heard a lot of things about you since we supported you. But I'm up here tonight. I'm not no two-faced. I'll tell you what I've got to say. You're a liar. And I hate to call people that, but Jeff, you are. You're not a mayor. A mayor is honorable. You're not honorable. That's all I've got to say.
Thank you for all you have to say. Appreciate it. Michelle Parton.
Good afternoon, Council. Good afternoon, Mayor. I'm here this evening. I'm sorry that there's been some people here that have had complaints. I, on the other hand, have not. I'm here this evening because I have watched council meeting after council meeting, week after week, month after month. I myself, as well as others who have watched and seen this both in person and recording, seen people up here spew, spout hatred, lies, misinformation, stories that they've been told or heard for whatever reason at our mayor, about our mayor. Whether they are true or not, that's what they believe while they're up here. We may or may not see that tonight. We have the news here. We have Grizzly here. Maybe they'll show their colors while they're here tonight or not. I'm sorry, Grizzy.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do they do this? I don't know. I wish that it would stop. We've all seen the worst of people at every council meeting for a long time. I wish it would stop. Bullying and harassing our mayor and our councilmen and women is not right at any time. But specifically tonight, what I am here for is to say thank you to our mayor. He is on his way out at the end of his second term. I want to say thank you to him for everything that he's done for our city, for our wonderful city of Pasadena. I've been here my whole life. He's done so much to move our city forward in his 8 years. I'm going to briefly go over just a few things. We have a new police and fire training academies. We've had a reduction in property taxes from 57 cents per $100 valuation in 2017 to 47 cents per $100 valuation. We're continuing to add new police officers to hit over 300 with the new graduating academy, soon to hit 306. We have a new courthouse. We have Preston and Ritchie roads that are now finished, with South Shaver, Red Bluff, and Pasadena Boulevard, all major thoroughfares under construction. We have a new SIMTAC building for tactical training, a new fire station number 8 with stations 6 and 7, and the new police annex under construction. We have a new plaza around the courthouse, and we have a new $100 million added to our fund balance. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of hard work. And even before successfully achieving this impressive list, our mayor served as a police officer for HPD for over 30 years, which is an astounding accomplishment in itself. And then as councilman for 2 years in Pasadena, which is where he and I met. Many citizens and I would like to just stand back right now and let you know that we recognize the completely unique and unprecedented. Are you kidding me?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your comments. Next up is Stephen Alvarez.
The reason why there's many people here complaining, describing corruption, is because that's what it is. There's corruption. We have this partition here because of tyranny. This is tyranny. This is a corrupting mayor that wants to silence us, doesn't want his employers to come up here and confront our employee. The number one employee is the most corrupt, displays tyranny, and has the slightest, not even, probably not a slight respect for the men and women that served our country. Our men and women serve our country so we can all exercise our right of freedom of speech. I've been escorted out of here 3 times. I've been arrested. The judge threw it out in his face, just threw it at him and said, hey, you don't do that to Americans. You don't put Americans in jail because you're trying to hide what he's exposing you from doing. This punk up here, little Jeffrey, has lied about me up here. He's told y'all that I had a gag order, which is a lie. Tell him. See, he's a sissy right there. This toots can't talk to y'all. He won't agree. He knows I'm telling y'all the truth, and he won't tell y'all the truth. So what I'm getting at is that when there's smoke, there's fire. And the reason why many people up here are upset is because of what this punk has done, okay? And he deserves to be confronted this matter because of what he's done to me and my family. What he's done to me and my family, it's nothing short of what Vladimir Putin would do, okay? Kim Jong-un would love to get in bed with little Jeffrey. That's how proud he makes Kim Jong-un. And I'm telling you, I'm sick of this. I've been here exposing him, and only a few people back me up. Only a few. And those that back me up, thank you. And those who respect our men and women who serve this country and understand what they fought for, and understand we can't let employees conduct themselves in this manner. When they do, they should have been gone. The first evidence that I had to show everybody here, everybody should have been shouting at the rooftops, saying, get this coward out of here. Little Jeffrey does not belong here. I, myself, have been fighting this time and time again, but I'm just one man. He has a platform. He has a following. He abused our police department to intimidate me. He has very, very hateful individuals in my neighborhood. And Phil Caton kicked it off right here. Phil Caton, a former council member, they kicked off this hate against my family. My family cannot apologize for being born with a year-round suntan, okay? But this is the way they come at us. They come at us differently. And this hate is going to stop. I'm telling you, it's coming. The time is coming, little Jeffrey, where this hate stops. Yeah, it does. It will come to a stop. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come to a stop. And I know you're not going to be in office, but I'm letting you know, Pasadena's waking up to this type of hatred, this type of mistreatment of minorities. It can't happen. This partition should not be here. We should be speaking on this side, speaking to both of them.
Your 3
But
minutes
this
up,
is how
sir.
it is
Thank
because
you
of
for your
corruption.
comments. Thank you, sir. All right, John Matthews.
You recognize this, Mayor? You recognize this? The pothole that was outside your house for 12 months or more, that you came by and saw me on your way to council the last time, I'll show you. And I fixed that pothole. You remember that?
I do.
You remember seeing me do that? That's about a $300,000 pothole repair. We can't afford that, Mayor. We can't afford a $300,000 fix. My name's John Matthews, and I've lived and worked in Pasadena for over 60 years. I want to express my concern over the direction of our city. In recent days, our administration seeking support from outside Pasadena. Law enforcement knows some of the people in these groups that are gathered, known as criminals. I quote Rex at a gathering in South Houston recently in referring to a South Houston councilman. We have the same vision for what can go on in our city government, whether it be Pasadena or South Houston. No Pasadena citizen would ever agree with that statement. Why are we seeking the support and involvement of city government? I was personally cussed out and physically threatened by your brother, Paul, Rex. You never one time called me. You never one time said one word, not one thing. Hey, man, he didn't mean it. At a local shopping center in town with multiple people around. I was told that I better watch my back, that a motorcycle may drive up behind me, and that guy would be a good shot. I was hoping that the chief would be here tonight because I immediately called the chief of police and I told him, hey, I told him exactly what happened. Jerry and I have known each other for years. And he said, I'll take care of it. You know what he did taking care of it? He called you and he called Dan Pennington and nothing was ever done. You didn't call Mayor. You didn't call Rex. No one called. After consulting with the police chief and other former chiefs, I was told that to file a police report, which I did. Within an hour of the meeting with the police, the mayor's office had already been contacted regarding the event. I was told that it would be investigated and they would get back with me. I was never contacted again. That's how this city runs, Mayor. By the police regarding this issue, hundreds of people have been harassed and threatened for not supporting Rex. Threatening messages, phone calls, Facebook messages are endless. This is not how we want our city ran. We do not want people who think this is okay in charge of Pasadena. I'm tired of people being picked at. I'm tired of people being punished for the way that they believe, that you guys demoralize them, especially in our police department. Shame on y'all. We have already lost many good families from living in Pasadena and more are planning to leave because of the direction of our city. My family could be one of them. You'd probably be happy with that, but that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Sorry about that.
Your time's up.
After the deal, I'll be
Thank you,
back.
John. Your time is up. And you're the board. Robert Jeter.
Good evening, Council. I have several letters seeking clarification on dates. The requests are for communications between several city employees for the dates between April 22nd and April 30th, 2025. Apparently, the city has gone to outside counsel to send these letters of clarification because our city attorney, who is a close friend of Mr. Lindbergh, is unable to read dates. Any first grader can. What are the communications in question? All communications between Jeff Wagner and Rex Lindbergh, April 22nd through April 30th, 2025. All communications between William Schneider and Jeff Wagner, April 22nd through April 30th, 2025. All communications between William Schneider and Rex Lindbergh, April 22nd through April 30th, 2025. Why would I want those communications? On April 23rd at 6:27 a.m., I have video of Jeff Wagner and Rex Lindbergh stealing signs again and placing them in the bed of Jeff Wagner's gray truck. I called Pasadena PD Dispatch and Officer Schneider responded when he also has a close relationship with Jeff Wagner and refused to issue a citation. Additionally, Officer Schneider intentionally muted his body cam footage twice while speaking to both Jeff Wagner and Rex Lindbergh, which is against department policy. So the real question I have is, when will the city be charging Mayor Wagner with Texas Penal Code 28.03, or will the city continue to allow its employees to cover up the criminal conduct of this administration? The citizens of Pasadena insist upon equal application of law enumerated in the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Thank you, council.
Thank you, sir. Okay, council, brings us down to presentation of minutes, May 6, 2025, 10 a.m. Got a motion by Estrada, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings down the presentation of special council meeting, May 13, 2025, at 6 p.m. Motion Estrada, second by Van Hout. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Council brings us down to progress payments. Motion, was that Dow or Estrada? Second is Estrada. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, finance resolutions. Motion Shanebine, second by Dow. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? That brings down to personnel changes A. Motion Estrada, second by Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, Madam Secretary, brings us down to first readings.
Ordinance 2025-118, authorizing and approving a revised ball field license agreement developed for use by the Parks and Recreation Department. Ordinance 2025-119, an ordinance abandoning, vacating, and closing a 0.0553 acre, 2,411 square foot portion of 10-foot wide utility easement out of Lot 2 in Block 1 of Spencer Highway Gardens as recorded in Volume 22, page 51, HCMR, and the same being out of WCRR Company Survey, Section 5, Abstract 928, Pasadena, Harris County, Texas, finding that the public necessity and convenience no longer requires the continued existence of said easement, and quit claiming city interest in and to said easement to the legal owners of fee simple title abutting the easement and $5,910 as fair market value for 2,411 square feet tracts of land. Ordinance 2025-120, an ordinance abandoning, vacating, and closing a 15-foot wide unimproved public road easement, being the south 428.0 foot of a 15-foot wide public road easement in the Lot 4, Block 7 of Golden Acres Annex, as recorded in Volume 10, page 35, HCMR, the same being out of the WCRR Company Survey, Section 6, Abstract 1108, Pasadena, Harris County, Texas, as described herein, finding that the public necessity and convenience no longer requires the continued existence of said public road easement and quit claiming the city interest in and to said public road easement to the legal owners of fee simple title abutting the public road easement and $5,136 as fair market value for the 6,420 square foot tract of land. Ordinance 2025-121, an ordinance abandoning, vacating, and relocating a 0.1081 acre, 4,707 square foot portion of 15-foot wide drainage easement out of Lot 1 in Block 1 of Kingsdale as recorded in Volume 19, page 38, HCMR, and being out of the WCRR Company Survey, Section 5, Abstract 928, Pasadena, Harris County, Texas, finding that the public necessity and convenience no longer requires the continued existence of said easement at this specific location, and that the easement will be relocated to an alternate site to serve the public interest, and quit claiming city interest in and to said easement to the legal owner of fee simple title abutting the easement, accepting $11,532 as fair market value for the 4,707 square foot tract of land.
Motion Estrada, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, Madam Secretary, resolutions, please.
Resolution 2025-97, a resolution pursuant to Section 2-147 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas, amended by Ordinance 2025-86, the Chief of Police appoints Jeremy Armstrong, Deputy Code Enforcement Inspector, as the code official. Resolution 2025-98, accepting a monetary donation of $300 in the form of HEB gift card from HEB for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the 2025 wheelchair wind-up softball tournament. Resolution 2025-99, accepting a monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 and in-kind donation of portable misting fan, battery, and charger valued at $500 from Tier Memorial Herman for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the 2025 wheelchair wind-up softball tournament. Resolution 2025-100, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pasadena, Texas, authorizing and approving an amendment to the fiscal year 2025 budget passed by Resolution 2024-143 and 2025-51 for the Pasadena Crime Control and Prevention District, as approved by the board members on May 7, 2025, and illustrated in Exhibit A. Resolution 2025-101, accepting a donation from Petco 11, the amount of $2,184 to be deposited in the account number 006-243051 for the medical care and life-saving measures of the shelter animals. Resolution 2025-102, a resolution nominating Kinder Morgan Liquids Terminal LLC to the Office of the Governor Economic Development and Tourism through the Texas Economic Development Bank as an enterprise project. Resolution 2025-103, accepting and approving a comprehensive annual financial report of the City of Pasadena, Texas for the fiscal year ended September 30th, 2024, as prepared by the City Controller's Office and audited by Crowe LLP, certified public accountants.
Got a motion? Motion Estrada. Second by Dow. Any questions?
Mayor.
Go ahead.
I'd just like to say on item G on our comprehensive annual report, we did get an outstanding report back. But also, too, I want to thank our city controller for all of her diligent work. She's relatively new to our city, and she's working hard to ensure that we follow all policies and procedures and rewriting and working with departments to make sure that we're compliant in all areas.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Want to thank everybody for coming out. This meeting is adjourned.